Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm going to use the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I apologize for my voice. It's been a couple days. I thought it was going to come back. It just hasn't yet, so there you go. First half is for relationships. Second half is for single. Oracle cards come out where necessary. Sagittarius. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Oddly enough, what I feel like is starting up this whole situation is the challenge. This is in your challenge position. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like the wheel is turning. You're currently in a spot where you're trying to make sure it turns in your favor. I'm getting like circumstances are changing. But it's all about how you handle it. That could either go good or bad. Is that right? Yeah. And this is the challenge for you. The challenge is how you handle this. The challenge for your partner is to stay engaged. Stay engaged. Because I'm getting with the Fool on your partner side, this is the challenge, to not just mindlessly go through the situation. They need to be more engaged. They need to be more connected with the situation. And I feel like they're just optimistically like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's just go with it. I'm getting you're the one kind of pushing forward ideas that they're taking that as if that's what you're going to do. And they're just kind of like, you're putting forth ideas and they're like, yeah, let's do that. But you're like, that you're just putting forth ideas. Now the challenge for you on the side of the wheel is to like put forth your best idea first, because your partner's just going to go with it, is what I'm thinking. Or if that's what you want, if you want them to think about it, you're going to have to make sure they get engaged. Otherwise, it's pretty much up to you what's going to happen, because they're just kind of following blindly. These are both in the challenge position, though. Keep that in mind, because I feel like you need to get your partner more engaged. If they don't get more engaged, I feel like there could be a very strong error of error here. Error of error. Strong chance of error. There we go. Because I'm still getting like you're looking at the situation like trying to talk it out. Like the Three of Pentacles, you're not ready to make that decision on your own. You need to work it out with your partner. I just feel like both of you need to do it together and think it through and talk it through. But I'm worried that your partner's still got that Fool card. Like, I feel like they're just taking your suggestions as like, all right, that works. That sounds like a good idea. I don't feel like they want to think about it too much. And I'm getting like one of the reasons is the wheel is turning. And as this wheel is turning for your partner, they're seeing this, whatever that wheel is turning for, like if it's a family thing, a work thing, something, whatever the category is, it's ending the way it's been lived is over. There's a new era coming in. There's a new way of doing things. For example, I don't know why I'm getting this, but for example, if it's like a pet has passed and you want to do something else, for example, you're like, well, now that we don't have this pet, we could plan more trips because we don't have to be around to make sure the pet's taken care of. Or I'm seeing like another thing is like, for example, you have a piece of property that's been damaged. So you're like, well, we have to get it cleaned up, but I guess we could then sell the land or we could rebuild. And we could rebuild something different. They don't want to think about it because I feel like whatever it is they were emotionally attached to, and they're not thinking about it. They're just going with what you want. I don't feel like they want to think about it. Is this like all I'm getting for some of you? It's a passing of a loved one, and you're saying about what the two of you should do about it. Like, whatever you have to be involved with, like the planning or like taking care of somebody else or making sure somebody's okay. I feel like they're kind of in this like especially if it literally is a death, they're kind of checking out. That's why they have the Fool card. They're like just they don't want to think about it too much. So whatever you want to do is fine. While you're trying to actually work out what's best to do, I just feel like they're having a hard time, so they're checking out. Is that right? Huh. I just feel like it's because they're feeling overburdened, and they're just trying to let it go. I feel like they're trying to just like move forward with it, just let it happen. Like it's already is what it is. They just kind of want to move forward with it, and whatever's good with you is good with them. But I do feel like they need to engage a bit more, and this could work out better. Now, part of this is spiritually they have complete faith in you. Whatever you decide will work out. Is it that? Really? Yep. Because I do feel like they're still backing off. I'm still getting that information. And I feel like you have the Emperor in the sense of like they're kind of relying on you just to take over, and you are. But I don't feel like you're really liking it. Because you have your own feelings where you're upset. Whatever this wheel is that's turning, you also are upset about it. But I feel like you're more in the sense of like you're kind of like it's coming at you, you're handling what's going on, so you can't really take a back seat to it. You can't really check out. You both can't check out, and you're kind of like the default driver at this point. You have to be the one driving the car because your partner's just kind of like over here in La La Land, just kind of like they're just kind of checking out. I feel like they're emotionally checking out, and they're just whatever you want, they'll go with. I keep getting that over and over, but I'm like, how do we fix this? Because I do feel like you do take over, but I do feel you also start, at some point you start pushing back because you're realizing they're doing this checkout thing, and you're just, I feel like you have to push back. Like, you know what, you can't leave this all on me. You can't leave me to drive this car all by myself. Like, you have to navigate with me. We have to do this together. Fine, I'll be the one in the driver's seat. I will drive the car, but you have to help me navigate. I need you here for at least for that. And I feel like that's the challenge here. Because you do push back. And what I'm getting from there is the Page of Cups with the recovery on your partner's side. Like, they do have love for you. But they're trying to still stay on the outside as much as possible. Because they're just having a hard time with this. Not that you're not too, but it seems like they're still trying to stay as far out of it as they can, as far out of it as they can get away with. But there is some recovery here, because I do feel like, for example, if you're driving the car, they are navigating, because you're like, you at least have to do that. And they're doing that. But I feel like, especially with the Page, it's very much a follower energy. If you tell them to do something, tell them, like, for example, do the navigating, they will do that. But, for example, they're like, you have to navigate. They're like, okay, where are we going? And you're like, well, here's where we're going. And they will navigate you there, but you're still making that decision on where you're going. I feel like this is a little bit rough for you, but I also see, like, which is coming in first? Like, I do feel like you're still pushing back a little bit, but it's also making you feel better that at least they're doing that much. It is relieving things a little bit. You got the Star card here, makes you feel a little better. But they're also telling me you pushing back with the Five of Wands, like you're fighting with them a little bit, your partner, getting them to stay engaged, getting them to do at least what you're asking of them. And I feel like that does lessen the load a bit for you. You prefer not to have to, like, push them to help you like this, but you are getting the support that you're demanding. I feel like you have to demand some of it. It does seem to help. And I feel like what they're thinking is, like, the fact that they're helping, even though it's like you're kind of pushing them to help, they're feeling like the Six of Wands, like, this is okay to work through it this way. They're feeling like this is all right. They're feeling like that's enough. That like to them it feels balanced. To them it feels good. Like, okay, I am engaged because I have to, and I'm doing what my partner wants of me. You, the Sagittarius, they're doing what you want from them. So they're feeling like that's good enough. They're also, because I get the end card, like, judgment in their favor. Like, the fact that you're keeping them engaged as much as you are, they're feeling like that's enough. And I'm seeing on your side, like, you're kind of okay with it. I'm not saying it's optimal, but you're looking at the situation like, you know what, you have to care for people. You're feeling like you have to care for your partner. You got the abundance here. You're like, you know what, they are engaged. They're doing what I'm asking of them. At this point, I'm happy with that. I actually feel like you are happy with that. I'm not saying, again, that it's optimal, but I do feel like you're happy with that. Because, like, for example, if you want them to do the navigating, they are doing that. They're doing it well. For example, if you're like, all right, I have to plan a dinner to take care of some people that are coming into town, you're giving them a list of stuff to get. They are getting it on time. They're getting what you need. They're getting what you ask. They're putting it away for you, like, but you're still cooking the dinner, if that makes sense. But they are doing, you asked them to do that, you gave them the list, they did do that for you, so you are happy with that. So I feel like things are, you're okay with it. You're like, yeah, I had to push for it, but you know what? It works. It's fine. It works. I keep getting that, like, you're happy with it. You're like, yeah, that did take off a load from me. I can do this. I'm just feeling like you're in that mode, like, it has to get done. They're picking up the pieces I'm asking them to. I'm happy with that. And I feel like the situation has to, like, thaw out a bit, because the wheel turning is an issue for both of you. And at this point, it's just like getting through what's happening, and then later after the major piece is over, you can sort it out more. But for now, you're happy with where it is. Good? Good. I feel like I'm just kind of going in circles, just saying the same thing over and over. So I'm going to move on from that. Let's go do Sagittarian singles. Messages for Sagittarian singles. Empowering messages that help them move forward the way they want to go. Help them see what they need to see to be prepared for what's coming towards them. Help them be more aware and more empowered to handle whatever's coming their way and to move in a direction that makes them happy and gets them what they want in life. Okay. Let's do this too. Sagittarius. Love, single love. Kind of have an idea where this is going. Alright, so I'm getting, like, when this is probably coming in for the most of you, or where I'm feeling the strongest energy, I'm getting, like, you're coming in with the Hierophant, like, what's kind of seems like what's happening, and then you got the Queen of Cups here. Now I'm getting, like, you're trying to work this out. You're seeing value here, you're also seeing challenge. And I feel like you're kind of trying to kind of poker face it, like trying to help, trying to see if you can get in there, trying to see if you can make a relationship happen here. This person, there's a challenge with this person, and I'm getting in the past with the Six of Swords. I'm getting, like, recently you might have decided to move on from this, or you might have thought maybe this wasn't for you. But what's happening right now is kind of like you're seeing the value, and I feel like you like the quality of the character you're looking at. Like, this person is somebody who does what they say they're going to do, that type of person. You're seeing an honorable person you like in that respect. For that reason, even though you didn't originally think this person was for you and you were going to move on from it, you're kind of like, you know what, challenges are okay as long as the person is a quality person that, you know, I can depend on. So you're kind of, that's the Hierophant energy. Like, you definitely see the challenges here and being in a relationship with this person, but the good outweighs the bad in your opinion is what I'm getting. But you're still kind of careful. You're kind of holding this in the respect of, like, you're trying to hold back how much you feel for this person already, because even though you're kind of getting involved and you're thinking the good might outweigh the bad, you're getting slowly involved here, and you're just kind of like, let me take a deeper look. let me see if this really works for me. Because I feel like you're the one initiating going towards this person. Alright, I have to be honest. Even at this point, I'm feeling the mismatch is like, I feel like you have a very active, quick-witted, move left, right when need to. Like, you can dodge things quickly. I feel like you have this very fast, roll with the punches energy. I'm getting the other energy is more static. I don't feel like the other side, the person you're interested in seems a little bit more, maybe you would say flat compared to yours. A little bit less bubbly. Like your soda and their water, if that makes sense. Which too much water is just going to make it really flat. This is just how the two of you match up. I don't feel like this person's a bad person. I'm just thinking like this person, the way they move, very slow, very organized, very planned out. I don't know if, I just feel it might be to a degree that really like sucks the energy out of you. Neither of you are bad people, just the way you add up might not work. Because I'm seeing this even here as you're moving forward, as you're playing poker face, trying to see about how this can work out. I'm seeing like this, the Ten of Swords, you're feeling kind of restricted. And I don't feel like you like it. But you're just trying to see if you can move past it, if it's something you can get used to. That's why you're giving it a shot. Because this is a quality person. And I feel like that's why, even though they're a slow mover, they're very restricting though. For you, that's not good. For other people that may very well work for, I don't feel like that works for you. And I am getting like, this person is looking at you like, I do feel like there's kind of like a history of some sort here. Because this isn't the environment. You have the Six of Cups in the environment. Like there's a history with this person. And that's one of the reasons you want to try. One, you know how they are. But two, you're seeing a very good, dedicated person. You're liking that dedication part. You're liking that part where you can really depend on this person. You like that. But I don't feel personality-wise it's really matching up. But you're still giving it your all because you've got the Page of Swords. You're just like, maybe there's more here than I know. If I just get a little closer and I just pay attention a little closer, just see what's going on between the lines here, maybe there's more here that we match than we don't match. Maybe I can work through the differences because this person is a quality person. You like the person you're seeing. Yet, it's also in your thoughts, like you're standing like you're being very perceptive. Your thoughts are like, I don't know if I should walk away from this or not. Because I feel like your thoughts are like, you know what? This is actually more of a card of like picking up what this is more of a card of like salvaging what's left and moving on. That's more of this card. With the Ask Your Angels, it's kind of like you're double thinking it. You're not really sure that's the smart thing to do. This is your thought process saying, I don't really think this is a match for me. I don't know if I can really get used to this. But the Ask Your Angels is like you're feeling like you really need to like give it a shot to really be sure. You don't want to walk away from this just to later regret your decision, even though you might end up in the same spot. You want to be sure that that's the truth. I feel like the Ask Your Angels is saying, you are right to move on from this. Because even though you're good people, I don't feel like the emotional or the way you both work through life matches. Because I'm seeing like you are going to walk away. I do see that with the Five of Pentacles, because I feel like you're feeling too restricted. It feels restricted to me. And you're very uncomfortable. And when I'm seeing this Five of Pentacles, it feels kind of like you're distancing yourself from this person and you're just trying to see if they're... I feel like you're walking away, honestly. I'd like to say something different, but the truth is I feel like you're feeling too restricted and you're kind of walking away. Even after you walk away, though, I'm getting the other person. Like here's the King of Pentacles. Like that's a very earth, reminiscent of those feelings I was telling you. It's one of the reasons I was feeling that. I believe it's because that was here. You've got this the Five of Swords with the King of Pentacles. I feel like the person you're involved with, or we're trying this out with, I feel like they're trying to like push back towards you. Like let's try a little more. Let's try a little harder. They're also having that mutual respect where they see you as a very good dependable. They like your energy too. I feel like they're trying to look at it like they could be a little bit more bendable. And they can be slightly more bendable, but not enough to where you're going to be comfortable. And I'm getting like this card is in the environment, there's something better. For both of you, there's something better. I just don't feel like personality-wise you guys match up. Like the way you guys live lives, each of you is a good person is what I'm feeling. But the way they live their life and the way you live your life, it doesn't match. And I don't feel like either of you can bend enough to be happy. Like I feel like you both would have to bend so much to find a common ground that ultimately you would both be unhappy. Like to meet in the middle, you're both unhappy. You're still both, like you both have to bend too much to where you're both unhappy. I just get that over and over again. And it's unfortunate because I get you're both good people. It's just, I feel like the groundwork on how each of you move through life, it's just not going to be conducive. Granted, it is a general read, so you have to make this decision for yourself if this is really matching. Are you more of a quick moving, take it as it comes, roll with the punches person? Are they more of a go by the plan, stick to the plan, 1 foot in front of the other, go slow person? Like, does that match? Is that true for you? Is this a match for you or is this a not match? Because I'm feeling in this, the way this is coming through, that this is not. And I'm also noticing, like in the past, if this reading is hitting with you, you're looking at it like, yeah, I had that feeling before, like we didn't really match as people. Even though I like the honorability, the dependability of this person, the way I move, the way they move, I just feel really restricted if I do it their way. They feel really unhappy and like things are out of control if they do it my way. Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.